You are 42% more likely to manifest it if you do this. In today's video, I'm going to share with you step by step how to use the scripting technique correctly so that you can manifest more of the things that you want into your life. Some of you who've seen my previous videos already know that I have written scripting letters where absolutely every single thing on that letter has come true. I've written letters where everything except one thing has come true, which I think is still a pretty good success rate, and that one thing I know is on its way now. So I'm even going to explain in this video why some things manifest easily and quickly for you and why there may be some things that are a little bit slower for you. And at the end of this video, I have a special gift and a special announcement, so make sure to keep watching to the very end. So let's dive right into it. According to an article on Inc.com, you are 42% more likely to achieve success, and in our language, to manifest the things that you want when you write your goals down. Now, that's really cool. Inc.com is not even really looking at the spiritual side to success. What Inc.com is saying in this article is when you write things down, you're reminded of it daily. It can help you to stay motivated. It even just helps you in the first place to get clear on what is it that you actually want in the first place. Without writing things down, without setting goals, often we might be going through life, and in the past, I've done this where I'm just going through life and I've not actually got any clarity on what I actually want. So even though Inc.com isn't talking specifically about the spiritual side to success and law of attraction and manifestation, it's all connected and it's all part of manifestation. Shout out to my friend Dr. I, by the way. She is an incredible thought leader and education disruptor. And she said to me when she sent me this article that in her opinion, the reason why writing these things down is so powerful is because you are experiencing what you want with multiple senses. So as you're writing it down, your sense of touch is involved. Apparently, when you actually write something down versus typing it or typing it on your phone, it uses both sides of the brain, whereas if you type it, apparently it only uses one side of the brain. Who knew? So those of you who might have asked me in the past, does it matter whether I write it on my phone, type it on my phone, or write it on a piece of paper? It looks like maybe writing it down on a good old-fashioned piece of paper is more powerful because more senses are being involved in the creative process. So there you are, you're having to actually shape each letter, you're having to create it on the page. You are also seeing it, and then the other part of my scripting technique, which I will go into in this video, is not only is it important to write it down and to write it down in a particular way, but also then what we do is we read our letter to ourselves every morning and every night, first thing in the morning and just before you go to bed. And this also is helping to lock it into the mind. What this article is saying on quite a basic level is that it helps you to remember your goals so that you don't fall off track. And that is valid. That's completely valid and an important part of it. They also say that Grant Cardone, who is a millionaire best-selling author of the 10X Rule book, he apparently writes his goals down twice a day, once in the morning and then again at night. And he explains, I want to wake up to it, I want to go to sleep to it, I want to dream with it, I want to write my goals down before I go to sleep at night because they are important to me, they are valuable to me, and I get to wake up to them again tomorrow. Now this is super interesting. Grant Cardone, as far as I'm aware, he's not necessarily into a lot of spiritual practices, but what's super interesting is that the stuff I'm learning that Neville Goddard was sharing in the 50s and 60s about the law of assumption, about the power of the subconscious mind, about how you should fall asleep as the version of yourself that you want to be, not fall asleep as the version of yourself that you might be currently right now in this reality. Something that you may have noticed in my videos is I love taking information from here, taking information from there. One might be quite literal, one might be quite spiritual, one might be quite esoteric, one might be quite psychological, and I bring them all into one video, and then the similarities help me to believe more that these things can work, right? Because multiple different sources are drawing the same conclusions, which I just love that. I just love it. Let's get started creating your scripting letter right now. So the first step to writing your scripting letter to increase your chances of these things manifesting is to get clear on what do you want. For my scripting letter where absolutely everything came true, I wrote down 5 different things that I wanted in my life, including videos going viral on social media. I had never had a single video or a single piece of content go viral on social media until I wrote that letter. What else did I write on there? I wrote down that my team is growing, that I'm constantly attracting open-minded, supportive, driven people who've got the same kind of mindset as me and the same kind of core values as me to work alongside me. And the people that I've attracted into my life since then has been beautiful. All of these different kind of things that were connected to my success, my health, my happiness. Take a moment now, feel free to even pause this video and jot down what are the 3, 4, 5 things that you would love to manifest into your life in the next 6 months, 12 months. Mine took 6 months, some people's take a little bit longer, some people's happen faster. There's no exact science to how quickly it's going to manifest into your life, but the easier you are about it, the less resistance you have, the more open you are to this technique, the more open you are to the signs that your subconscious mind will start to bring into your life, that the universe will start to bring into your life, the more quickly it can happen for you. So once you've got clear on those 3, 4, 5 things that you want to manifest at the moment, now it's time to write your thank you letter as if they've already happened. It's a gratitude letter. So again, it's slightly different to your basic list of goals like what Grant Cardone and a lot of other successful people do. So I'm not saying that that doesn't work, but I'm saying this adds a little bit more of the sauce, the spiritual side of success, right? I personally wrote my letter to Abraham and Esther Hicks because it was on an Abraham and Esther Hicks video that I discovered this technique. There was a man who had written his thank you letter to them, and then there he was on this video, able to have met them, to be reading them the thank you letter, and to be able to tell them that what he had written down had manifested. So I thought, cool, okay, let me just follow the success clues, right? But you can write your letter to anyone. You could write it to your God, your creator, the universe, Allah, your guardian angels, your higher self. My perception of all of these different things is that our mind, which is, no offense, but our human minds are limited, right? Our human minds can't actually grasp a lot of the way that energy works, the universe works. We can only see things in our 3-dimensional way. So a lot of these different constructs, whether it be an angel or a God character or a word or a name that we use, what it all has in common. They have their differences, but what they all have in common is that you have this belief that there is something or someone bigger than you, greater than us, connected to us all. They're all united in the fact that we can declare what we want and have that bounce back to us. Address your letter to whoever you like, and then write a paragraph for each thing that you want. It just has to be like 2 sentences. In fact, I have a whole step-by-step scripting guide if you want to download that, just to make this process a lot easier for you. The link is either in the description or on my Instagram bio, so you can get it from either of those places for free. Just keep listening to this video so that I can talk you through the process still. So write a paragraph on each thing that you want. Make sure that you write a sentence that basically sums up the fact that it's happened in your life. So for example, let's say if you want more money, you can be specific, you can be vague about it. I've done both and both have worked. Whatever you feel like you're going to be able to believe most. So, if you could believe that in 6 to 12 months from now, you could manifest yourself earning £5,000 per month. If there's not much resistance there, as in if your brain isn't going, no, I don't think that could happen. If you're like, yeah, not quite sure how, but that could happen, then that's a good thing to write on your letter, yeah? But if you get really freaked out by that, so like, for example, when I first wrote my scripting letter, I had a very poor relationship with money, and I didn't have any kind of belief that I was capable of manifesting any kind of money, right? Just the idea of any numbers kind of freaked me out. So At that point, I just said, I have more money in my account than ever before. That's what I wrote down, because I could get on board with that statement. It didn't trigger some kind of doubt, and instead I was just like, you know, it's not too specific. I'm not putting too much pressure on myself or my letter. I feel like that could come true. That's what you want to have in your mind. Then follow that sentence with a second sentence, still about the same manifestation topic. And in that sentence, find some words to describe how you will feel. So you've manifested it, you know, I have now got more money in my account, or I'm now bringing in an extra £5,000 per month, or whatever you want to say, right? And then a second sentence, how will that make you feel? So I wrote, I love thinking about what to buy next. Because at that point in my life, I didn't love thinking about what to buy next. I would freak out about buying anything because I had this fear of money, and I had this very lackful mindset when it came to money. And I thought, how would I feel? How do I want to feel? What's a good way of representing how I will feel? And for me, it was loving thinking about what to buy next. That's why I believe some things are easier and some things are harder to manifest. It's all about the obstacles that we put in our own way, and the rules and regulations that we believe have to all be ticked in order for that thing to happen. It's very interesting when you think about how our own minds create all of this stuff. Usually most of it's just learned from other people, and this is a beautiful process of unlearning that crap. So go ahead and do that with all of the things that you've written on your scripting letter. So I have now done this. I'm so grateful that I've now got this. And underneath each one, also a sentence about how good that makes you feel, or something that describes your life now that that is your reality. Then sign the letter off. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sign your name. And there you go. You have your scripting letter. I've actually scanned the exact letter that came true in that free scripting guide as well. So that's there as well for you if you want a real example to follow. So once you've written your letter, then put it by your bedside table and have it there to read to yourself every morning and every night. Similar to how Grant Cardone does it, okay? But also what's interesting, and I'm going to do another video on the power of something even more brand new that I'm discovering, where I'm now combining this scripting technique also with a visualization technique. So stay tuned, because that video is coming soon. Basically, what I've been learning more recently since achieving this scripting manifestation success is I've been learning about Neville Goddard's visualization techniques. And it's so cool because now I'm understanding more about why these letters work. So basically, before you go to sleep and first thing when you wake up, especially if you're in a very relaxed state still, your mind is, and I'm not a scientist here, but your subconscious mind is a little more open, a little bit more impressionable, a little bit more, you can tap into it a little bit more basically. And so that's why reading this letter just before you go to sleep and first thing in the morning is incredibly powerful. Not just so that you're motivated like Inc.com says, but also so that you are flooding your subconscious mind, which controls 95% of what we do, by the way. If you've ever wondered why you have these ideas, but then you still seem to be operating on an autopilot that might be contradicting what it is that you want, is because that's your subconscious. So we need to get the subconscious on side. We need to get the subconscious to work for us, in our favor rather than against us. OMG, when you can get your subconscious mind to work for you rather than against you, everything in life will just seem to just go perfectly, and unexpected miracle will happen, and this opportunity will pop up, and that thing will go straight to plan, and you'll get this idea that could be your $1 million idea, because your subconscious mind produces so much of our experience. Whereas if your subconscious mind is still loaded with the stuff that maybe you were taught from a young age, money's the root of all evil, people like us can't afford stuff like that, rich people are bad, those people are crazy, and that's stupid, and this is right, and this is wrong, and this is the way we have to do it, and this is what we can't do. Or even I'm not lovable, I'm not good enough. All of these things that we might consciously as adults think, oh no, I don't believe that anymore. But if your subconscious mind is still operating from that story, then that's why with all your best efforts on a conscious level, your subconscious mind still might feel like it's self-sabotaging you. So this is why it's so powerful that we are doing this. So I recommend reading your scripting letter every day and every night for 30 days, and then just let it go. Then just release it. It is done. Forget about it as best as you can, but it's not like a requirement that you have to forget, okay? What I just mean is that if you knew that it was done already, how would you feel? How would you move on? How would you prepare your life? How would you move into your next level rather than being stuck in, as Abraham Hicks would call it, the step one moment? Step one moment is, I'm not there and I want to be there. I'm not there and I want to be there. I'm not there and I want to be there. You need to move on from that so that you can be there. Allow yourself to be there. If you're still beating the drum of I'm not there, but I want to be there, you're staying there. Yeah, so allow yourself to move on from, okay, I've done my letter now, I've read it for 30 days. Cool, let's start enjoying life. Let's start preparing in readiness for these things to come. Yeah. Feel free to have a look around my YouTube channel. I have many success story videos, either my own success stories or the success stories of you, people in my community who have written in telling me the success that's come from them writing these things down in this way. Also, before you go, I said I have a special announcement. I want to first of all express so much gratitude. I'm so grateful for all of you. You are all part of my manifestation. I wrote this down that I would have an audience of beautiful people supporting me and loving my content. So thank you so much for coming into my life. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Feel free to hit my subscribe button and ring my bell so that you never miss another one of these videos, and to help me to reach 100,000 subscribers and beyond. Thank you so much. Until next time, bye.